one and all. This is Been Amita from 10th standard. First of all, respected Honorable Principal of Yudhishthira High School M. Shekhar Yadav sir, and respected Honorable Correspondent of Yudhishthira High School Anjanil sir, and respected all staff, teachers and my dear brothers and sisters. Once again, a pleasant good morning to all. And today I am here to explain you about a social issue which is going on in our society. We all know that education is a key factor to everyone in this society, and it is the base for the equality. From ancient days to till today, in some inequalities were going on, like caste system and religion system and gender inequality, social economic status. These affects some social factors which affects the education. On behalf of them, and I am here to explain you about the education disparities. Education disparities is nothing but its significance encompassing gaps of social economic status, caste discrimination, religion discrimination, gender inequality, and poor and rich differences, and corporate schools and different schools. These social factors affect the education of the students, and educational disparities refers to high quality of the educational opportunities and having proper resources, and often social economic status and caste discrimination, and inequality of the education leads to unequal access of the education, and it impacts on the social mobility. And let's talk about the social economic status effects on the educational disparities. That means the students who belongs to the poor family, they are facing many problems like lack of food, hygienic food and clothes, and for the academic resources, they adjust for many things in their life, and for this they face many problems in their life. This is the one reason of the educational disparities which they face their problems and adjust in their life. In my point of view, this social economic status is not a reason for success in education. That means this statement is perfectly suitable for a great leader known as a Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. He belongs to the scheduled caste, and his social economic status is poor. Even though he listened classes from the out of the class, he fought under the street lights with books, and now he was the history creator in the society, and he was the writer of the Constitution of the India, and we have to take inspiration him. And once Dr. B.R. Ambedkar said that it is the education which is the right weapon to cut the social slavery, and it is the education which is enlightened and downtrodden masses up to and to cut the social slavery and the freedom in politics. And these valuable words are delivered by the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, and we have to follow them. And next, let's talk about caste system effects on educational disparities. That means caste is also one reason for the educational disparities. That means in olden days the disparities were more in the caste, and the students who belongs to the scheduled caste, they even not allowed into the class in some institution. But the students who belongs to the higher caste, they always discriminated and avoided the scheduled casted students. And not only the students, and also teacher also avoided and discriminated the students, and they often used to clean the school, and they treated as the workers in the school. And this is one of a cruel thing which was done. This is one of a disparity which has held in the olden days. But after the Constitution came into the force, now the discrimination in the caste was reduced, and caste is just a name. We have to follow that we are all inhaling and exhaling the same hair, and we are all eating the same food. So we have to remember that, and we have to mingle with the all members and move on. And next, let's talk about the gender inequality effects on education disparities. That means gender is also a reason for the education disparities. In olden days, mostly the inequality in gender is more, and in a family if there are male child and female child, giving more priority to the male child, and in olden days parents believed that education is only important for the male child, and that means they are the next generation to their family, so they only needed the education, and the male and the female child was used and permitted to the household works. They even not treated as a member of family, and we have to realize that gender is not a thing. We are all equal, and Constitution said that we are all equal, and we have to do all things. Women can do anything in this society. If a woman is educated in a family, automatically her all surroundings should educate, and women can do anything in their life that equal to the men. And for example, if we see, many women have succeeded in their life. For example, Savitribai Phule, a great prominent person who succeeded in their life. She faced many problems, and she set back all her problems, and now she created the history as the first woman teacher in India. And not only Savitribai Phule, but also Sunita Williams, who is the first woman to born to this place in India, and we have to take them as inspiration. We have to move on. If we observe in our school atmosphere, the gender inequality was reduced. That means we are all sitting equally to the boys and playing and getting knowledge and getting the education equally, and we are all realized that gender is not a matter. Anyone can do anything in this society, and we have to move on. That our Constitution said that we are all equal. Gender is a matter. Gender is not a matter for the education. And next, let's talk about the geographical location effects on education disparities. Geographical location means the place which we are living. The students who belongs to the rural areas face many problems due to transport system, and they do not lack of proper education amenities. That means basics in education and language skills, and basic resources for them, and hygienic food, clothes, and these effects on the students on education. These are all some social factors which affects the students in their education. This geographical location is also a main reason which affects the students. And next, let's talk about differences between government school and corporate schools effects on students and education. And if we see, nowadays the parents are hesitating to send their children to the government schools. That means there is no the teachers in the government schools are neglecting the education, and due to lack of proper resources and lack of hygienic food, that means midday meal, and these are all some resources and factors which affecting the education. And coming to the corporate schools, nowadays the parents are liking to send them the children to the corporate schools. In corporate schools, the students are fighting with the books and ranks, but they are not knowing what is society and what is the social awareness. We have to know the society. Education can change anything, and the many cruel things and many offenses were going in our society. For stopping them, we have to use our education. And not only these reasons, and there are many reasons for the educational disparities, like poorly trained teachers and employability, etc. Some social factors which affects the education. And at last, my conclusion is, education can change anything. We ever listen the quotation, education is the most powerful weapon to change the world. This quotation and this statement was given by the great leader known as the Nelson Mandela. Mandela. This is not a statement, this is a fact, and we have to realize that we use this statement as a weapon, and we have to work for the society, and we have to move on with the education. In our society, many cruel things, many offenses, many prostitutions were going on. For stopping them, we have to work, and we have to use education as a weapon, and we have to move on for changing the society. And thank you for giving this great and golden opportunity to all.
Okay, thank you everyone.